Dear students, Jai Hind. Today we will study maxima minima application of derivative. If there is a curve like this, then this value is maximum value in comparison to values at other points. This is maximum value and this value of x is called point of maxima. Value of x, this value is called point of maxima and this value is called maximum value. If our curve is like this, then this x is called point of minima and value of this is called minimum value. If a curve oscillates many times like this, then this is called global minima and this is called global maxima, and all other points are called local maxima or minima. This is local minima, this is local minima, this is local maxima, local maxima, local maxima. In any interval, a function may have more maximum or minimum points. Here, in this interval, function has only one point, maximum point. Here, function has only one point, minimum point. But if we take interval from here and curve as this, then there are many maximum and many minimum, among which highest value is called global maximum, lowest value is called global minimum, all other called local maxima, local minima. Today we will study about maxima and minima and how to determine point of maxima, point of minima, maximum value, minimum value and so on. Remember that combined name of maxima and minima is extrema. Extreme, that is end, either left or right, top or bottom. Therefore, combined name of minima and maxima are extrema, extreme point, end point, either top or bottom. Now, how to determine point of maxima or point of minima? As you know from your previous class, this is graph of sin x. Y is equal to sin x. This is graph of cos x. X pi by 2. Here pi by 2. 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2. Half pi by 2. Half pi by 2 and so on. This is y is equal to cos x. And take another graph minus sin x. This is pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2 and so on. Working rule is, before working rule, see the graph. Here curve is increasing, function is increasing. So when function is increasing, tangent makes acute angle with x-axis. That is tan theta is positive, dy dx is positive. And here function is decreasing. When function starts decreasing, then tangent at any point makes obtuse angle with x-axis. That is tan theta is negative, dy dx is also negative. That is, if dy dx is positive, function will be increasing. If dy dx is negative, then function starts decreasing. But in between increasing and decreasing, there is a point where function neither increases nor decreases. That is called point of maxima. Here tangent become parallel to x-axis. If function changes its nature from increasing to decreasing, then middle point is called point of maxima. But if function decreases continuously, but after some time it stops and then continues increasing, function is decreasing, after reaching here it starts increasing, then this point is called minima. Here again see that rate of change is negative, become 0, then become positive. The rate of change, that is dy dx, negative to positive. If dy dx changes its sign from negative to positive, that point will be minimum. But if rate of change, dy dx changes its sign from positive to negative, it will be maximum. Now, change in dy dx or ddx of fx from positive to negative, then we get maxima. If dy dx changes its sign from negative to positive, then we get point of minima. Now, what is working rule? Your working rule is to determine point of maxima or minima. You first of all you will determine dy dx, because dy dx determines the point of maxima or minima. All those points where dy dx become 0, all those points where dy dx become 0 will be either point of maxima or point of minima. Also remember that, like in a way, crest and trough occurs one another serially, one after another. Here also maxima, then minima, then maxima, then minima, then maxima, then minima, continuously. Between any two maxima, there always will be a minimum. Between any two minima, there always will be a maximum. Working rule is find dy dx. Here our function is y is equal to sin x. This implies dy dx is equal to, put dy dx is equal to 0. Put dy dx is equal to 0. Because function attains its maximum or minimum value where dy dx becomes 0. This implies d dx of sin x is equal to cos x is equal to 0. Cos x is equal to 0 implies x is equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2 from your trigonometry class 11. This implies x is equal to, in special form, it is pi by 2 if n is 0. If n is 1, then it is 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2, and so on. See here that is at all these points cos gives 0, because cos is rate of change of sin x. d dx of sin x is cos x. So where d dx gives 0, function will be maximum or minimum. Where dy dx becomes 0, original function will be either maximum or minimum. Now, at which point it is maximum or at which point it is minimum, how to determine? For that, find second order derivative. d square y dx square, that is d dx of dy dx is equal to d dx of cos x is equal to minus sin x. Rule: if d square y dx square is negative, then function will be maximum. Second, if d square y dx square is positive, then function will be minimum. Again see here, this is y is equal to minus sin x. At pi by 2, dy dx is 0, but at same point pi by 2, double derivative is negative. So therefore, at this point, clearly see that function gives maximum value. At 3 pi by 2, d dx gives 0, but at 3 pi by 2, double derivative is positive. Clearly see that at 3 pi by 2, original function is minimum. So this is working rule for numerical questions, algebraic questions or trigonometric questions. Generally in this chapter, from maxima minima, word problems are asked, which I will explain in my next class. This is one example. Thank you.